In this video, I'm going to finish these two clipboards, one with boiled linseed oil and the other with 100% pure tung oil, and then we can compare the results of both of them. Neither of these clipboards are stained. What you see here is the natural color of these unfinished woods. From left to right, we have Sippo, which is very similar to Sapili, walnut, curly maple, a thin stripe of ebony, purple heart, quarter sawn oak, padauk, wormy maple or maple ambrosia, wenge, and cherry. I made these clipboards 5 years ago. This was recorded in March of 2018. A lot has changed since then. When I recorded this video, I wanted to see how well these two oils would hold up over time compared to each other. I also have read online about the differences between tung oil and linseed oil. I've read that tung oil has a less amber finish, it's more water resistant, more durable, and less prone to mold. So one should hold up better than the other, right? I'm just curious how noticeable it will be. I'm applying boiled linseed oil, which is not raw linseed oil. The difference is that boiled linseed oil has had hot air blown through it to shorten drying times. This will dry in a couple of days instead of a couple of weeks. Someone is bound to call me out for not using a lint-free cloth. It's true, you got me. But this is an oil, not a varnish. Both of these oil products I am using soak into the wood, as opposed to building layers on top of the wood. They penetrate into the wood and then dry to a hardened finish. That's why I am not concerned with using a lint-free cloth. Those fibers aren't going to be set into a layer of, say, urethane and harden in the finish on top of the wood. While I have read that tung oil is more water resistant than linseed oil, neither of these finishes are waterproof. And in my experience, neither are going to protect the wood from serious scratches like finishes that dry on top of the wood do. When you scratch a project which is finished with lacquer, for instance, you're scratching into the layers of that finish instead of the wood. Unless you scratch through the finish, of course. If you do that, well, I hope things improve for you. I don't know what's going on, but hopefully things get better. For the tung oil, I am applying pure 100% tung oil, not a common tung oil product, and probably not the same as the tung oil you have at home. You'd have to check the ingredients of your tung oil. If it lists anything besides tung oil in the ingredients, then it is not 100% pure tung oil. I'm not saying your tung oil stinks and mine is pure and better. You just need to know this is a different product than most products labeled as tung oil. I recorded this after I had already published my How to Apply 100% Pure Tung Oil the Right Way video. I think many viewers of that video didn't quite realize that the purpose of that video was to show how I apply a specific product, 100% pure tung oil. It wasn't to imply that all other tung oil products are bad, or suggest that pure tung oil is the best finish for all wood projects. Sometimes I prefer other finishes. Someone asked what they should use on a live edge shelf. I would use epoxy on that. Someone else asked about what to use on an outdoor project. I would probably use a marine varnish for that. On hardwood floors, if I really was set on using tung oil, I wouldn't use pure tung oil. I would use a tung oil product which has additives in it, specifically for that purpose. The moral of the story is, different finishes are better than others, depending on the use of the project. There is hardly ever a one-size-fits-all solution to any situation, which actually works well for every situation. I guess what I'm trying to say is, wood finishes are like people. We should want people to succeed, not fail, regardless of weather. So don't pretend water resistance is the same as waterproofing, and sometimes it's nice to see your face reflecting a smile back at you in your project. And other times, a flat, natural look is more desirable so you can focus on the grain that you couldn't see before. Don't get stuck in one mindset and expect the world to cater to your opinion of the day. And don't be contentious over how you feel about it when you disagree with someone else's perspective. The world is as beautiful as you let it be. Add to that beauty. Bring a piece with you wherever you go. Because without variety, wood is boring. And when people don't appreciate the fact that not all woods are the same, they are boring people, helping to make the world a more boring place. Okay, enough about masks during the pandemic. Back to woodworking. Personally, I love the matte, flat, or non-gloss look of Pure Tung Oil on hardwoods that have natural color. I'm talking about woods that don't need stains to look cool. The tung oil makes the grain and those natural colors pop without giving off a reflection. Sometimes I want a glossy glass look. Sometimes I don't. It just depends on what look you are going for and how the project is going to be used. These clipboards could have just as easily been done with a shiny, reflecting finish and still looked cool. Okay, here they are finished. You can see them right next to each other. Can you tell which one is finished with the tung oil and the other with linseed oil? They look pretty close to me. I like the look of both of them. They look so close that if I had not paid attention to the wormy maple pattern, I wouldn't be able to tell them apart. So what about after 5 years? Here they are 5 years later. They have been well used. Not once have I applied more oil to either one. Can you tell which is which?